Fans in attendance receive a Tyler Stevenson City Connect bobblehead, courtesy of St. Elizabeth Healthcare. While supplies last, visit Reds.com/tickets. Stevenson due up second in the home sixth. On deck with Spencer Steer digging in. He has doubled, scored. He is grounded to second. First pitch, Ramirez. Throw again, a little wide. Santana stays on the bag, one down. Now Stevenson, who has struck out, and he's flied into a double play. What are you seeing in Stevenson at the plate?
Yeah, I think Tyler is just, once again, it's a matter of just working through, trying to get back from injury, trying to catch up. Reps are so vitally important. He came back early and had a lot of success, and then kind of fell off. And, it's just natural. As the season progresses, especially early in the season, guys get finely tuned. And when you miss that time, they're getting better and more precise. And you haven't done anything, so you're not doing the same. So he's obviously a little behind. But with his approach, he's going to catch up quickly.
That's ripped to left. He caught that one off the wall. And Stevenson turns and holds it first. A long, loud single near the top of the tall wall and left.
Yeah, I thought that ball was definitely out of here. You look at the flags, and they look like to be blowing out to left. I'm saying that wind did not let that ball get out of here. Just off the top of the wall. But that's what Tyler Stevenson does. That was a sweeper, off-speed pitch. He pulls, heater, he hits the other way.
And on Benson, 3-run homer. He is flying to left. Our Kia player profile since coming back from his most recent stay in AAA. How about 375, 4 extra base hits in 6 games, against 7.
That's impact just with the bat in his hand. How about some of the things he's done defensively as well? Some of the plays he's made.
And that's going to roll through, base hit.
So great to see Will Benson hitting the ball well, playing free and easy, having success. Awesome to see.
Pitching coach Carl Willis comes out to chat with Bybee. They do have a right-hander up, Matt Festa, in the bullpen. By the way, some traction already on the Joe Luckham fan club. Some feedback on social media recommending the club members could be called Luckies. That dues could go to the Reds Community Fund. Another fan asking, how does one start it? I'd love to be a member. Count the wife and I in for top-level membership.
It's not like a paid membership.
I mean, I think it's becoming that on its own. I mean, there's going to be gear, could be ranks within the club based upon generosity.
Lucky swag?
Yeah.
Team Lucky swag.
Wow. Get lucky with the Joe Luck Up Fan Club. It could be a Miami Valley Gaming
He is
tie-in.
totally trying to ignore us right now.
Matt McClain has singled, scored. He's grounded to short. Off the plate strike. I respect and understand the mentality that you have and Terry Francona saying, he'll let the ball travel, think up the middle opposite way. But that's ultimately to get to a point that you cover a bit of everything. And you can ultimately do damage to all fields. When Matt McClain has been going his best as a Red, he destroys balls to left center.
He does. But it's the manner in which he destroys those balls to left center. It's not that he's pulling that ball with his body, which is what we saw earlier in the season when he struggles. The reason you think up the middle the other way is to keep your body back and allow your hands and the angle of the bat to pull the ball, as opposed to your body trying to pull the ball.
4 strikeouts now for Bybee.
That was probably the most convicted pitch that I've seen Bybee throw today. There's all kind of conviction behind that strike 3 four-seam fastball.
Friedel walked his last time. He's 0 for 2. This is the most hits that Bybee's ever allowed in a game. He's been tagged with 10 by these Reds. One and one. The knees, borderline strike. That's what got Friedel looking the first inning. He did not like the call then, but that looks to be right on the edge of the zone. Stevenson and Benson lead. 1-2. Now Bybee at 104 pitches. He's thrown as many as 109 in a major league game. Bounce to second.
game set against the Cubs starting next Friday. Secure your seats for all the action now at Reds.com/tickets. Cubs have already won today. They won game 1 of their rivalry weekend. It is rivalry weekend in Major League Baseball. Check out some of the names. Of course, the Ohio Cup here. Battle of the Beltways, D.C. and Baltimore. Down in Florida, of course, the Citrus Series. My personal favorite, the Eddie Vedder Cup. Became famous in Seattle from San Diego. It's a trifecta. Include the Cubs there. Freeway Series or the Traffic Series. Silver Boots Series, Show Me Series, Subway Series, Crosstown Classic. Some of the names for rivalry weekend.
Can't find a better cup than the Vedder Cup. First pitch with eyes for Schneemann. New man on the mound is Graham Ashcraft. Now, Jim, Ashcraft is sporting a new number this year, and that directly ties in to the starter in Brady Singer.
Yeah, Ashcraft previously wore number 51. Now, Brady Singer has wore 51 his entire life, even Little League, going in throughout his whole baseball career. Bunt laid down here.
Espinal, bare hand, play it first. Got him!
Wow. Wow. I tell you, man, this guy does so many good things. Going in, do or die, bare hand. Nice job. Spencer Steer digging it out at first base. But that was a base hit all day long. Great play.
Well, 1 out. It does get Schneemann up to second. Now Bo Naylor, who has homered and struck out, scored a sacrifice. First pitch to first for Steer. Ashcraft on the cover. So over to third is Schneemann. Jim, Singer 51 his whole life?
Yeah, and so when Singer was traded over here, he said, you know, can I get 51? Ashcraft's like, yeah, sure, no problem. He chose 23. That was the best numbers available, and there was a bit of a reward involved. We'll just put it that way, from Singer to Ashcraft, but Ashcraft giving way to the veteran.
And taking on this new role in relief himself, Will Brennan has put the ball on the ground twice, including a double play. Ashcraft, by the way, on the latest episode of the Jim Day podcast, where he revealed to you, Jim, that in a not so shocking fashion, big Ted Nugent fan as a kid.
Yeah, he's an outdoorsman, big time, Graham Ashcraft, and of course Ted Nugent is as well. But yes, he had a poster when he was a child hanging in his room, which kind of surprised me.
Pop out, 5 pitches. Cleveland tried to jump on Ashcraft. He tore him down quickly. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. Couple of homers off Tanner Bybee, tagged with a career-high 10 hits. Reds led 5-zip. It's 5-3 in the 7th. Into the Cleveland pen, it is Matt Festa. First pitch, Espinal. Left center, Kwan gives ground, and on a lean, Nolan Jones makes the play, one away.
See Festa's numbers on the season. He is a 3-pitch pitcher. That pitch that Santiago Espinal swung at was the sweeper. Got a cutter and a 4-seamer.
All-American at Division II East Stroudsburg, who's had to sign a series of minor league deals to latch on. Had done so with the Texas Rangers, who dealt him to Cleveland for cash just a couple of weeks ago. And he falls behind 2-0 on De La Cruz, who has singled to center, fly to right, and struck out swinging. This is a pretty funky leg kick.
Yeah, he does have a little windup. Kind of uncurls.
And he walks De La Cruz on 4. Our storylines for tonight's game. Current odds on FanDuel for Austin Hayes to have 2 or more home runs plus 1,200. Already had that solo shot. That was hunting first pitch to begin the 3rd inning. Snap throw, De La Cruz takes off, tag to nobody, and De La Cruz has second. 15 steals for Ellie De La Cruz.
Really interesting. You see how Ellie right here instinctually knows he can't get back. So he just puts the hammer down and goes full out. The minute that Santana thinks about a tag, it's too late.
Run EDLC. Check swing seemed to go. No appeal needed. 0-2.
Oh, we got him. Oh, he's not there. Uh-oh.
Houdiniac from De La Cruz. Well, he's top 3 in the majors in steals, and now he's in scoring position for Hayes, who's down 0-2. The Reds' advantage early was 5-0. Stands at just a couple of runs. You'd love to add on here in the later stage. Tony Santillan is up in the Reds' pen. That is hit hard through a base hit. Stops on De La Cruz. Kwan, who's a defensive dynamo at shallow left. Throw in cut by Ramirez. 2-hit night for Hayes.
Really nice job by Hayes sitting on that sweeper. This ball's a line drive, so Ellie De La Cruz is second base. He has to see that ball through. Kwan came and got that ball quickly. And an early call by third base coach J.R. House, putting on the stop sign.
So another visit here, this time for Festa. Knowing what could be on the line here, nobody is warming behind it. Nolan Jones in center field has the best arm. All three throw pretty well. Kwan's a 3-time Gold Glover. We've seen Brennan get Gavin Lux at the plate, the man who's now standing in to hit. But Nolan Jones has a top 5 rated arm in baseball. With outfielders, you take the average of their top 10% of their throws, he's at 95 miles an hour even. Ramirez in a step at third. Lux 2 hits already. Ball 1.
See where your defense is lined up. That's if a ground ball's hit hard to you, you got to make the determination of whether or not it's taking you to the bag. If it is, you turn a double play. If it's not, try to cut off the run at the plate.
Well, De La Cruz took a couple of big steps off third. He is so instinctual. If he knows if that ball gets away, I'm going home.
His instinct is to go. You think about that pickoff attempt at at first base. His instinct, he was out there. He was like, well, I'm going. That's just what I'm doing. He's always thinking about pushing forward. It's special. Just a special talent and a special mindset to go along with that special talent.
Bad miss, 3-0. Called a tall strike. Lux destroys pitchers when he's ahead in the count. There, the cutter, and it goes full. Hayes goes, check swing. He went, called at the plate for strike 3. So Hayes steals second. But a strikeout of Lux, second and third, 2 down. First strikeout for Festa. And normally you see that appeal brought in at third base. Now Steer, who like many Reds has been aggressive early. His double came first pitch, his first AB. His ground out, his last AB was first pitch. Takes this to right, but right at Brennan. Cincinnati Reds baseball on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by Jake Sweeney Chevrolet, serving the tri-state for over 100 years. Take home an oversized Ellie De La Cruz bobble, plus your choice of 6 home games with the Reds Pick 6 plan, presented by Penn Station. Available now at Reds.com/Pick 6. New man on the mound. It's his first action since Tuesday, only his second outing since Saturday. Tony Santillan.
Good numbers on the season, and this is Tony's 100th big league appearance.
Bunt by Quan, pretty good one. Santillan barehand, snap throw in time.
Athlete. Simple as that. I mean, look at the big fella bounce. He is very athletic.
I was telling you the other day, I was watching a number of the Reds pitchers who throw the football as a part of their routine, their maintenance for throwing in baseball. And I thought the best spiral, the best accuracy was Tony Santillan. He looked like a quarterback out there.
Oh, he's a big dude, but he is quite nimble.
He looks good on the receiving end of those footballs, too.
He does. You are right, Jim. There were a few one-hand stabs out there.
I did say athlete.
And, of course, he's a Texan. He's back in Texas. Now Nolan Jones. He has struck out looking, fly to center, struck out swinging. One of the many cool things about our jobs, Lark, is we get to know these guys a bit as human beings beyond just as ball players. On that mound, Tony Santillan is a beast coming right at you. But you meet him outside the ballpark, he's a really sweet, nice guy.
He is.
Called a ball.
He kind of has that smile like, I don't know, well, the interpretations, I don't know if I quite feel very comfortable around this guy.
Man, he has had a great year for these Reds. Sent to left center, Hayes. Call a catch. 3-4 now from, get ready, Luck Up Fan Club, Miami Valley Gaming.
With so many lucky winners around here, you want to get down to Miami Valley Gaming. Get ready to get lucky.
Oh, there's so much synergy.
Joel went with the noodle arms.
Yeah.
That time.
It was a good move.
I liked it.
Jose Ramirez. I'm even getting texts from Dreamweaver, a producer of Pre and Post, asking, is this a thing? How's it happening? Maybe Chris Welch could do a segment on Reds Live. 1-1. The Guardians have Cade Smith loosening in their pen. High fly, deep right. Benson watches. A little more than halfway up that sun deck. Make it 9 for Jose Ramirez. He has gone deep 4 times in his last 7 games.
Well, he is a special player. And that 97-mile-an-hour heater. Jose Ramirez had no trouble at all turning it around. Caught a little too much of the plate. Remember earlier those foul balls that Jose Ramirez fouled way down, well down the first base line? Said, you know what, I'm hunting the ball inside. He got a pitch out over the plate, well, on the inside part of the plate, and turn the heater around.
So now the margin's down to 1. And the Cleveland leader in homers is at the plate. Manzardo has doubled and scored. Sky to shallow center. Friedel started back, now comes in. A 1-run game. Ramirez goes yard.
The standing room only on the 18th green. It's an experience second to none at the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
5-4, the Reds lead Cleveland. Can they add on here in the 8th? Tyler Stevenson leads it off. Festa still out there. Strike one. Stevenson 1 for 3. A single that he hit quite well near the top of the tall wall in left. This Reds offense has gone from silently dormant for nearly a couple of weeks to having at least one man on base in 22 of the last 24 innings. The runs are starting to score a bit. The at-bats look a little different. They feel different. Stevenson strikes out.
Sweeper starts over the middle of the plate. 2 strikes, you got to protect. The pitch.
Lefty Joey Cantillo, righty Zach Kent, warm in the Cleveland pen. Will Benson 2 hits, including a homer, takes a sweeper strike. One. These are two teams at extreme ends of the spectrum in one-run games. Nobody's better than Cleveland. They're 8-2 in one-run games. The only 800 or better team in the majors. The Reds are 4-7. They're in that bottom third. Grounded to first. 2 down. When this game does wrap up, it'll be Reds Live from your local Toyota dealers. BG and Chris will have the breakdown. Fireworks will be going off here. Look back at the strong start from Brady Singer and some big-time blasts from Benson and Hayes. Matt McLean has singled, scored. He's 1 for 3. Looks like it is now only the right-handed Kent warming for Cleveland. Well, the Reds' Emilio Pagan is standing in the Reds' pen. Nice pitch. McLean looking. Reds in order. They're up 1 run. The 9th on the other side. Emilio Pagan looking for a save. Tickets for the MLB Speedway Classic are on sale. The Reds and Braves face off at Bristol Motor Speedway August 2nd. Don't miss Tim McGraw and special guests for an unforgettable pregame concert. Visit MLB.com/Speedway Classic for more details. Tomorrow, Game 2 of the series, Chase Petty makes his third big league start. It'll be the first major league outing of the year for Slade Ciccone. Join us for Reds Live, 6 o'clock from Ray St. Clair Roofing. Ciccone, part of the trade from the D-backs for Josh Naylor, has been coming back from an oblique injury. Emilio Pagan trying to protect a one-run lead. Swing and miss from Carlos Santana. Nine saves and 11 tries. Only Robert Suarez of the Padres, Kyle Finnegan of the Nationals have more in the National League. A firm two-run single for Santana on a 1-for-3 night. Early turn, loud foul. Pagan trying to get to double-digit saves for a second season on his big league career. He had 20 for Tampa in 2019. Santana's laid off two competitive cutters.
Good hitter. Veteran.
Full count. Eighth pitch of the AB. High fly, right field. Benson on the track. Got it.
Well, he had to challenge Santana. He does. That pitch is high enough to not allow the veteran to get on top of it.
Schneemann has been on twice. Check swing foul. He is struck out looking, walked, and singled. Check swing roller. One away. So here's Arias, the last man standing. He has walked, headed to a force fielder's choice, credited with a sacrifice on a bunt that Espinal handled well. Called away. Strike two. Stevenson out to talk it over.
This is all about strategy right here. Talk about the heartbeat of the hitter. You talk about the aggressiveness of the hitter, where the hitter is. If it's more of a veteran guy, you take a different approach than a younger guy. You know, guy, a free swinger. That was all about strategy. This is the way we're going to attack him. You believe that? Yes. All right, let's commit to it and get it done.
It's been all cutters so far. Cutter again down and away. Full count. Struck him out. Back-to-back wins for the Reds. They take the opener from Cleveland, 5-4 Cincinnati. And home runs, a huge part of it for the Reds.
Well, you're absolutely right. First of all, Brady Singer did a really nice job to give these guys a chance, but the offense once again showed up. Will Benson taking full advantage of his opportunity back here in the big leagues, coming up big and getting this team on the board. Austin Hayes with the big home run. He's been great as well. Gavin Lux with a couple of hits. Brady Singer pitched exceptionally well early in the ball game and gave this team an opportunity to go out there and win they did.
Our T-Mobile coverage cam. Pagan gets to double-digit saves as the strikeout ends the game. Reds live on the other side. The Reds winners on this City Connect Friday.